toutes les chances sont contre toi. When you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
U-Sports on CBC, presented by l'U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Veriburn Medical Supply, Les Bagues Baron Rings, et par and by BioSteel.
En direct du stade Ron. En direct du stade Ron Joyce du campus de l'Université de McMaster à Hamilton.
Welcome to U-Sports on CBC and the 2025 U-Sports Women's Soccer Championship. This is Daniela Ponticelli, happy to be here alongside Ali Rowe at Ron Joyce Stadium in Hamilton. We're going to get you set for today's matchup between the number 4 seeded AUS champion Cape Breton Capers and the number 5 RSCQ finalist Laval University Rouge, or the first, of course, of 4 big quarterfinal matchups. You win today and you advance, and that's what it matters when it comes down to chasing a medal and having something to play for on Sunday. 4 big days in beautiful Hamilton. By the way, crisp fall air. Ali, this has to feel very close for you. You were at the championship last year with Cape Breton. Now, of course, you play in League One in Ontario, but your career in U-Sports is incredible. It's decorated. We'll talk more about that. But what is it like for you to be here today?
It's honestly really surreal, but it's great to get out here, watch all the most amazing teams in Canada get to come out here and play. So really, it's a great opportunity for me, and I love to come out here and watch some great soccer for the day.
And there should be great soccer. Both these teams, by the way, were in last year's championship, Cape Breton and Laval, and both advanced through the quarterfinals. So there will be a difference this year for one of these two teams. One of these two teams will not get to play for a medal. They will, however, get to play at least one more game. The defeated teams throughout quarterfinal Thursday will get to chase the consolation bracket. Of course, the prize there is to finish the highest among those teams with 5th place. And also, Ali, to have a chance to play with your team 2 more times. That is what it's about, too. These teams know that this is the final season. So here's a look at the bracket, how everything is going to shake out. And throughout the day, we will be going back to this bracket. It starts here. We'll see it in just a moment. I'm going to take a look. We're starting today, by the way, in the bottom left corner. You see the orange of the Capers and the red of Laval. That will determine, of course, they will play the winner of the next matchup, which is the number 1 seed UBC Thunderbirds, chasing a 3rd straight championship, taking on the number 8 seed Guelph Griffins. But Guelph, Ali, they know this field so well. Of course, the OUA team's very familiar with Hamilton. This is only the 2nd time Hamilton has hosted a U-Sports Women's Soccer Championship. They last did that in 1992, going way back. All right, we're getting set here. Great crowd, by the way, inside Ron Joyce Stadium, where there's about 1,500 school kids. It's going to get loud. They're here to cheer on at least the starting matches of the day. Right now on the field, there's some kids lined up, of course, with the teams. So excited to be here. You got to feel the energy, Ali. There is such a great vibe. We heard it from the teams. You and I spoke with all the teams yesterday, and they couldn't say enough about how well this event from the start has been hosted, and we will likely see that continue throughout these next 4 days.
They were very excited to come out, and a lot of them were just saying how honored they were to represent their conference and come out here and play.
jouer plusieurs matchs en quelques jours seulement, des fois ça peut être fatigant. Donc,
ce sera certainement un élément à suivre dans cette rencontre, alors qu'on a le premier match de cette journée.
Get the stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
Delaney, territoire du Nord-Ouest. Le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine, parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to Hamilton, where the 2025 U Sports Women's Soccer Championship is being held at beautiful McMaster University. Ron Joyce Stadium is the venue, be hosting all of the action for the next 4 days. I'm Daniela Ponticelli, alongside Allie Rowan. We're about to get set off here. Allie, by the way, is the AUS all-time scorer in soccer. That's men's and women's, recording 77 goals in her career. Allie, I'm going to drop some more tidbits about you throughout the game, but it's just such an honor to be with you. You know U Sports so well, and you do know Cape Breton very well. So I want to lean into that. You're going to share that. You also know Laval because you have played the Rouge et Or.
I have. They're a very good team. You know, they're really going to come off strong, especially because they know they want it. They're going to fight for every minute during that game. So they're going to come out strong. Probably a little physical. They were physical last time I played them. But, you know, soccer's a contact sport, so I expect it from them.
The crowd here is quite lively. I know you can't... About 1,500 small students, young students. You can hear their voices, their excitement. They've got homemade signs, and you can see the teams as well on the field getting ready. Laval knows what's at stake. One of these two teams will not advance to the semifinals, as both did last year at this very championship. That's how the seeding worked out this time around. It's a beautiful 5 degrees, by the way, in Hamilton. And our look there at Mathilde Baudry, a player to watch for Laval, second in scoring for the team, but also the rookie leader. And she is a difference maker. Now, she didn't play in the RSCQ final, but she is back here to make a difference in the championship.
Bill.
It's interesting. You could already hear the kids screaming out there. I saw them interacting with the players before the game started. They were doing their 6-7 with some of the players before the national anthem.
If you know, you know. And Cape Breton with first possession had it for a moment. They are the team in the black kit. They'll be playing from left to right on your screen in this first half. Laval in the white. Laval is known for being very possessive, defensive, and I don't think they like that early threatening by the Capers, but Cape Breton knows they're going to have to strike first and fast here as well. First look at Leah DeCipio. The players work towards the near touchline and it's out. We'll have our first throw in. Laval trying to work up the near side and had it inbounds, now out. Both teams telling us yesterday there's some nerves, of course, despite being quite familiar playing on this sort of stage. We have our first foul of the game as well.
I don't know about that foul. It didn't look like there was any major contact down there, but I guess the ref has a better view than us.
Both goalkeepers wearing number 1 for their respective teams. As Laval is in the Cape Breton half. Florence Thibault delivers. Can't find a friend, and Cape Breton with a great clear.
Don't think that's where her kick was intended to go. I think she was aiming for that far back post over the back line so somebody could tap it in, and she just didn't get quite enough contact with the ball to get it far enough.
Some great early action here in this very first match of quarterfinal Thursday. The 2 teams, or rather the 4 teams playing in the first 2 matches will get to enjoy the sunshine here in Hamilton, while the final 2 matches of the day will be played under the bright lights at Ron Joyce Stadium. Both teams trying to get organized. Amélie Grandin with a touch. And then Alexis Poirier fed that in. Laval trying to settle back and find some crisp passes here and moving it quickly. Into the midfield they go, onto the far side of the field. Great 1v1, ball pops up. Still battling for it. Laval using their heads here to have possession for a moment.
That was clearly a foul. Chopped her right at the ankles, went down immediately.
Yeah, Paige Allaby going down, springing right back up. And something to consider is that tomorrow, of course, will be another full day of matches for every single team.
It's one good thing to look forward to in this tournament. No matter what, you do get 2 games, which is great. 2 final games to play with your team.
Laval was threatening there. Ellie Lancaster, the goalkeeper for the Capers.
Ellie Lancaster's had a terrific season. She always comes in clutch for the team right when they need it. Always very athletic goalie, springs off the ground, so it's really hard to get a shot on.
Cape Breton, oh, and off they go. That'll be Anne-Gabrielle Pouliot in the yellow for Laval. We could honestly spend hours talking about each of these goalkeepers individually. To be the best in the country, that is the best 8 teams in Canada when it comes to U Sports women's soccer. It takes great goalkeeping, and we see that in spades here. I expect some really good saves throughout this event.
C'est les Capers qui se donnent la meilleure chance de marquer jusqu'à présent. C'est que
I think that says something too, given how many goals you were able to score. 77, to have an appreciation for the saves.
passe, mais intervention parfaite effectuée par le Cape Breton et on vient subtiliser le ballon. Là, Dupont, long ballon qui est tenté, mais le Rouge et Or sera en mesure de reprendre le front. Ballon qui est envoyé dans la surface, c'est bien joué. La frappe qui va passer par-dessus la cage, mais le Rouge et Or qui réplique rapidement. Une belle tentative effectuée par formation du RSEQ.
Effectivement, c'était un très beau ballon, là, juste au-dessus de la boîte. Donc, envoyé par la gauche. C'est le genre de run que tu veux recevoir en tant qu'attaquante avec la bonne force.
Très bien travaillé sur ce ballon pour générer cette chance de marquer. On arrive à trouver maintenant les pieds.
On trouve dans l'aile
de Grondine. Grondine s'amène avec la vitesse. Grondine revient vers la centre. Grondine, son centre qui va être quelque peu dévissé, mais ça sera tout de même maintenu de l'autre côté par Fortier. Fortier qui fait le travail. Fortier qui a été fauté et qui va aller chercher un coup franc très intéressant, Rosalie, tout juste à l'entrée de la surface.
Exactement. Juste à l'extérieur de la boîte. Peut-être qu'on va essayer de trouver un centre pour Laval. Peut-être qu'on va jouer court. Peut-être qu'on va y aller directement aussi avec la frappe. Je pense que ça va être intéressant de voir ce que Laval va choisir de distribuer.
Et on sent que le Rouge et Or a un coup à jouer dans les flancs. Ça fait quelques situations qu'on arrive à prendre à 1 contre 1 face à l'adversaire. Deuxième coup franc intéressant pour l'Université Laval. Cette fois-ci, à la gauche de Lancaster, on place 2 joueuses pour travailler sur ce ballon. On voit Girard qui discute avec sa coéquipière. Est-ce qu'on va chercher une combinaison? Mais fort à parier qu'on voudra amener ce ballon peut-être au deuxième poteau. 10e minute de jeu. On est installé du côté du Rouge et Or. Il y a un coup à jouer pour l'Université Laval. Ballon qui est envoyé dans la surface et repoussé par les Capers. Deuxième ballon qui tombe dans les pieds de Girard. Girard qui s'était mal entendu avec sa partenaire. Et ça serait une rentrée de touche pour les Capers qui s'en sortent très bien après avoir concédé ce coup franc dangereux dans cette rencontre. Longue
touche.
Entrée de touche. C'est bien fait. Ballon qui va être envoyé à l'extérieur des limites du terrain. À nouveau, balle qui sera en possession. Université Laval. Capitaine qui envoie cette rentrée de touche. C'est bien fait. Ballon qui va être à nouveau envoyé aux avant-postes par les Capers. Fait circuler, mais ça trouvera à nouveau les pieds de la charnière centrale de Laval. On passe par Poirier. Poirier veut remettre vers sa partenaire. Intervention des Capers et à nouveau, on trouvera les pieds de Thibault, défenseur central. Il en est à sa 3e année. Au travail effectué par Poirier. Poirier, à nouveau, ballon qui est bien travaillé, mais cette fois-ci, on était à la retombée du côté des Capers et ça fait déjà
good for a clear that one. Haley Clark, second year out of Victoria, BC, studying nursing. And that's something to remember too, Ali. I know you know this well because you lived it, but these are all student athletes. So not only brilliance on the field, but excellence off of it too. So many of them, you know, all Canadians with great honors and accolades to accompany this appearance here at the National Championship.
A lot of the coaches put a lot of importance on education, and we are athletes, but the student does in fact come first. So making sure we attend all our classes and get our work done even when we are on away trips.
Amélie Grandines trying to get it past, but a good 1v1 battle there for the Capers. Still not quite clear. Another chance to get on the attack again. Florence Thibault put it over to Elsa Lessard. Laval is one of those perennial competitors at this championship, and they were able to be here over Montreal last championship in 2024 when only one RSEQ team was part of the championship. And they earned silver for their effort, made it all the way to the final. UBC taking it. Back-to-back champions. In close, a chance here. Laval, oh, and it's just wide. What a great look, Alexis Poirier once more. She has been all over it today.
That was a great opportunity from Laval. They just wide to the right or the left, depending on how you're looking at it, really.
The sun right now is over top, just coming from that direction above the Capers net.
Sun could be a very big factor during the game for those high balls. It's very easy to lose, but once it gets later, it's no different because the lights do the same thing, and there's more of them.
Yeah, you can see the shadows dancing on the field as well. But Laval, once more, wanting to threaten. Taken away easily. Sarah Baker really handling her business there as a defender. A rookie at that from St. John's, Nova Scotia. In fact, she's the 2025 Jubilee Rookie of the Year. Just a great energy in Hamilton this morning with all these school kids coming to take in and cheer on these athletes.
This is some great ball movement from Laval. Fortunately, they couldn't get the cross off, but...
And this is something that you've seen before. This is their style of play?
They love moving the ball around. They're more of a build-up team. You're not going to see them send it log too much. They like to build it up the field and see if they can get the ball in the box for a finish.
Yeah, there's been some great build-up early here. We're in the 15th minute.
Wow, great tackle from Laval.
Here they come once more. Victoria Dupont working, trying to get around. It's out by the end line.
Some great defense from Clark, really holding her off, preventing her to get that cross off inside the box, because that would have been a dangerous ball.
And Haley Clark from Victoria, BC. Played with the Van Island Wave. A number of players have. Laval now defending, bringing it back into the midfield, cutting through to Capers, not quite.
Great tackle. It looked like she was looking for Tari Sama there, but she was just offside, couldn't play her the ball.
Leah DeCipio, the big lofty pass up. Trying to set up a header there for Tara Isama. She goes down.
Getting back up a little slow, but I think she's going to be fine. Shoulder to shoulder tackle, no heads or anything involved, so that's good.
Throw in here deep in the Laval half.
Unlucky for the Capers. It looked like Leah DeCipio was trying to hit that ball back in the box, get another chance on net, but when that ball's coming bouncing up high like that, it's hard to get that angle and swing that back in.
You know this program so well. I mean, what can you say about the Capers and just how they have been very dominant in the AUS, but also sometimes being the lone representative of the conference at events like this?
Honestly, could be some pressure, but it's a great opportunity to come play other conferences, honestly, come out and play. And it's something the coaching staff is very on them. They have a standard to uphold. They're very together as a team. They pay a lot of attention to the culture and everything between the team members, which is good.
Now, just before the ball went out to touch, Lancaster made such a great play coming out of her net, out of the box, coming way out to play it. Those are the type of leaders, of course, this team relies on. One thing head coach Ness Timmons did say is he wishes they had more goals this season. He wanted that. So maybe that's bleeding into this today. That need to attack, not wanting to leave it to penalties, as both these teams had to. In the quarterfinals last year, they both advanced on penalties. Cape Breton defeating Nipissing in last year's quarterfinal, while Laval took down the Trinity Western University Spartans, who will be playing later today.
One thing, I do love a penalty shootout, but being a player, it's not as fun because you have to go through the overtime and then the penalties, and having a game the next day, it's a lot for your body to come back and recover to that.
That is such a great point. You want to close this out with your victory within the 90 minutes that you have. The schedule will run pretty quickly right after this, but here comes Laval. Now in great position. Oh, just out of reach on the pass. Another chance. Cape Breton with the clear. From distance, and Lancaster can read that. It was Emmanuel Collin who put the ball in Lancaster's hands.
That original shot, or great attempt, I should say, because I think if she would have went with her left, she could have had that instead of her right. But sometimes you're just not as confident with that non-dominant foot.
Emmanuel Collin as well did not play in the playoffs prior to coming into this match here. Had 1 goal on the season. Laval's scoring very much spread out evenly. Meanwhile, for Cape Breton, it was Grace Hannaford who was the leading scorer for CBU throughout the regular season. Double the points of Paige Allaby, who was the second leading scorer. Overall, Hannaford had 6 goals, 4 assists for 10 points.
Cape Breton doing a great job at shifting and holding their spacing to block it, so it makes it a little harder for Laval to get through.
In the 20th minute here of the first quarterfinal match, and Laval once more finding themselves deep in Capers territory. Possession feeling a little tilted early on here. Well, CBC is your home for the Vanier Cup playoffs. Catch the 2025 UTEC and Mitchell Bowls next Saturday. It begins noon Eastern. The 60th Vanier Cup championship game from Mosaic Stadium in Regina is 2 p.m. Eastern on November 22nd. You can catch all the coverage, by the way, on CBC Television, CBC Gem, and cbcsports.ca. Mosaic Stadium, I know very well. My time in Saskatchewan, what a beautiful building. It's going to be a great venue. They're very excited to host. We have a set play incoming here, and this could be the opportunity Laval has been waiting for. They have had a chance earlier. It was on the opposite side of the field. A corner, a great header clear. Now Cape Breton on the move. Can they break out? Patience helping here, trying to set up Tara Isama. Isama coming in. Oh, and Pouliot grabs hold of that. Isama having some words, wanting a call.
A little bit of a delayed contact there, but I guess the game's the game.
And that's what you have to watch for, right, Allie? Like when you have the opportunity for a set piece, if that gets out of control. It worked out well for Laval there, that Cape Breton needed a moment just to have a little bit of patience to get that pass up.
Yeah, I think she was looking for the run in behind. It was just a little short. But all in all, great ball from Grace Hannaford to Tara Isama, and just great defending from Laval, honestly.
Oh, and we have our first substitution of the game, by the way. Cassie McKinty is coming in now for Tara Isama. Cassie McKinty, number 16 for the Capers. A rookie from Mill Bay, BC. That Paige Allaby working on the far touchline. A throw in here for Cape Breton. Allie and I have a great view of the field from the broadcast booth. We're on the near side.
Windows open, enjoying the nice fresh air coming from outside.
It's lovely. I know we're going to need to bundle up later, but it is lovely right now. Chance for Cape Breton, trying to come in. And that one easily slides by, but what an effort by Audrey Roy. How you doing? Right back to the action and a set piece. First corner, by the way, for the Capers. Gets thwarted by Laval. So far, of course, it's 0-0. And each team has had chances now from corner plays.
That was a great opportunity for Cape Breton. Unfortunately, the goalie jumped over everyone and managed to get a hand on that and punch that ball out.
Well, and through the regular season, Allie, they had 78 corner kicks. 78, that's a lot when you consider that they played 12 games, 12 matches through the regular season. And then Laval had 30 opportunities through the regular season with their corners. So you'd hope, of course, that that's going to reflect well for Cape Breton, given how many chances they've had.
It will be interesting to see how that plays out for them. If they could come out with a few goals, or if the Laval defense will hit them all out, really.
Appreciated what head coach Ness Timmons had to say about that. Set pieces will decide this tournament. Direct quote from him. He knows the importance of that. And either side right now could have that goal on the board now. Looking to threaten once more. Taken away with authority. Elsa Lassar. Again, both teams fairly well rested. No time zone change for Laval. In they come, another chance. Now it's up in the air. Lancaster punches it. Coming in clutch.
I don't know about that one, Danielle. She did look a little offside there.
Well, there will certainly be things that you see from this vantage. What is it like, by the way, Allie, to be up here and not on the field, like to be able to see the game this way?
It's honestly, it's very different, but I kind of like it, you know. You get to, you're elevated, you're looking from above. It's kind of like I'm the drone on the pitch a little bit.
I like that. Yeah, a different view. Could still feel the intensity and the energy from both sides. The Rouge et Or.
Great block from Sarah Baker.
That was a crucial block when you consider they had lots of space. You can see some players like Alexis Poirier wearing gloves. Poirier was hoping to feed it there to Grandin. Throw in here for the Capers. Good header there by Cassie McKinty, of course, who jumped in as a substitution for Tara Isama. Fairly early here in the first half.
She's a first-year player. I think they're looking to get some speed up front, see if they could chip the ball in behind the back line, get some runs on, some shots on net.
Meredith Saint-Pierre putting on the speed, getting ahead of that ball. Defending for Laval. Oh, and in comes the Capers. A shot at distance. Not a bad look either. Charlie Mitchell, from Sherwood Park, Alberta.
That was a great take from Charlie. Honestly, one thing you could look for when you win the ball back in those quick transitions, the goalie does step off their line. So if you get the ball off quick enough, you can chip her. But the weight of the ball has to be perfect.
Absolutely. She's played for League One Alberta and this season had 2 goals through the regular campaign. Great body positioning once more from Mitchell. It's Laval still looking for a way in. They've had the majority of the close encounters in and around the penalty area. Now they're going to try one at distance, and that one headed by one of her own. Ellie Lancaster able to settle it down.
Looks like Cape Breton's giving Laval a lot of time on the ball. You saw number 11, Alexa Poirier, had a lot of time to dribble and really make her way up the field, and nobody really stepped to her.
And you have to think when you start adding up the minutes, it's early now, we're in the 30th minute, but you start giving too much of that throughout.
They will definitely start to take advantage and see how far they can push it.
Another substitution from the Cape Breton side. It's McKenna Acevedo steps out, and Olivia Albright comes in. So 2 substitutions for Cape Breton in this match so far, none for Laval. Ali Rowe, color commentary for the tournament, and I'm Daniela Ponticelli. So pleased to be with you for this. A full 4 days, in fact 8 matches just between today and tomorrow, 1 on Saturday and then medal Sunday. It goes quick.
It will be a very busy next 2 days for us on the commentating.
And there's so many great stories to be shared. You think about all the players that have played in big games and want to continue doing that. Lancaster, goalkeeper for Cape Breton, telling us, you know, she has confidence. This team has confidence. They are focused on themselves. We hear that a lot. Laval, the same thing, coming in. And a little bit bitter, of course, falling in the RSEQ final to Montreal. Those 2 teams have battled so hard between each other. So they got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They want to come in and have a great tournament here.
Great cut from Olivia Albright to get the pass up to Grace Hannaford.
Mentioned Grace being the leading scorer for the Capers. Elsa Lessar doing the work there for Laval. Watch the ball bounce by. Florence Thibault, 3rd-year dentistry student. No points through the regular season. Of course, her role is to be a stalwart defender. Laval only allowing 1.10 goals against. That's the average for the season. A throw in deep here in the Rouge et Or territory. Capers are forced, though, to go back into the midfield. There is a great pace to this game, though, Ali. You feel it, right? There's this energy that's been from the start.
It is very good. There's a lot of quick ball movement. They're really trying to make passes up the field, get the ball up there as quick as possible, and which makes the transition very fast as well, because it comes as fast as it's going up, it's coming that fast right back.
Rouge et Or set up nicely with that throw in. And from an angle, Ellie Lancaster just handles business well. She rolls it out. Grace Hannaford immediately being swarmed there by Elsa Lessar. Clark on the far side. Laval once more looking for the cut back.
A lot of crossing opportunities coming from Laval. Cape Breton's going to have to shut them down because the more opportunities they have, the more chances they'll have to score.
Poirier from distance goes up and over. We've seen a couple of those already.
It's a great strike. Whoa. Very good left foot on that side. That's dangerous for Cape Breton because they know she could whip the ball in easy for that tap-in header or volley on the side.
Ali Rowe recognizing all the potential weaknesses for Cape Breton. Of course, strengths there for Laval. Who will strike first? Feels like both sides have had their opportunities. The Rouge et Or with just a few more threatening on the doorstep. But none inside the 6. They've all been the ones that have been close within the 18. Another opportunity. Looking to clear. Olivia Albright already having an impact here for Cape Breton after coming in.
Great defense from Bowser. Interesting to see what's going to come from this corner. They've almost had some practice leading up with this with all the crosses they've had coming in. So
yeah, it's going to feel fairly similar. So this is Laval's third corner of the match. Now they've had one on either side. This is the second, of course, there. The wind is blowing in from behind the goal. It's up. It's punched out. I believe Lancaster got a hand on it, but either way, quite a lot of speed on that delivery.
Might have been off the head of a Laval player. Just could get a good angle on that to get that back towards the net and went right out the back line.
35th minute is complete. First half beginning to wind down, and very few stoppages at that, so not too sure how much added time we'll see here in the first half. Find ourselves once more in the Capers territory. The ball does go out at the end line.
It's almost like we were just here.
It's starting to feel, there are moments where it feels like there's a bit of replay, and this does become dangerous. I mentioned Laval didn't have that many corner opportunities through their regular season, but they could make good here.
Looks like they might be going straight into the box. Could even play a short, but I think it's going in the box.
Looking for a nice curve. Headed out by the Capers. So Cape Breton's defense has been solid on these set pieces. It's 0-0 in Hamilton. Beautiful sunny Thursday.
Honestly, don't think I've seen as many headers in soccer as I have today in this game.
Oh, they've been everywhere. They've been in the midfield. They've been out to defend. They've been trying to score.
I wouldn't be surprised if the goalie started heading the ball at this point.
We'll put that on the bingo card, Ali.
Great ball movement from Cape Breton. Really playing around the Laval players, making the move.
Now just slipping it through there. Leah DeCipio on the near side, but now on the far side, moving in through the middle. We're back to Charlie Mitchell.
Great turn from Alabi to get that ball to Charlie.
DeCipio, once again, looking for that feed in, had a friendly face there. That was Cassie McKinty.
Cape Breton's doing the work to get that ball moving, get it up to the box. They just need somebody to get a head or a touch or something on that to get it towards the net.
Cassie McKinty would be looking for her first goal of the season. DeCipio actually grew up not far, well, grew up in Ottawa and played for the Ottawa-Toronto Football Club. Grace Hannaford, not the player you want in the danger zone, and Laval able to take care of that. Hannaford certainly one to get things going. 4th year from Enfield, Nova Scotia.
Great movement there from Grace Hannaford. Managed to poke that one through her legs, actually, to get around her.
And just great experience this campaign, too. Started every match through the regular season and in the postseason. Someone they rely on. Florence Thibault handles that. Meredith St. Pierre gets the ball back. The Rouge et Or looking to set up. Talked about the ball movement, the touches. That tally is just rattling up. No one's holding onto the ball too long for either side.
Laval looks like they're trying to slip that long ball now on the Cape Breton defense, but Clark and Baker got it locked down back there and just heading the ball out.
So far, Ali, is this the sort of style of play you expected from both these teams?
It is. I did expect a lot of
another header. I had to point it out. I'm so sorry. Now I'm going to keep noticing.
They're everywhere. I like it, though. I'd rather you put your body on the line, head the ball, than duck. There's nothing worse than somebody ducking when it comes to their head.
Can't do that. And I stopped you mid-sentence, but you were saying about the style of play.
Yes, I did expect a lot of ball movement coming in. You know, these are the best of the best. You expect the passing to be tight, crisp, moving the ball around. Obviously, a lot of communication. Trying to see a little more slips behind the back lines for both teams, because I think we get more shots on the net, but so far great from both sides.
Laval's head coach, David Deloge, in his 7th season. Not quite at the 30-year tally that Ness Timmins is at, but, you know, few can be when you think about the legacy that Timmins has had for the Capers. And here, once again, now the 4th corner alley for Laval. They are just racking these up. Will this one count?
They're really liking this side, too. It seems to keep going out on the same side. The other side, not as much action, but...
And you can see loosely the flag just sort of fluttering a little bit in a light wind, but in it comes across the face of the goal. Oh, my goodness, that one looked dangerous for a moment. And then Cape Breton was able to bounce back. Grace Hannaford just all over it, trying to get ahead. She would have been...
Put her life on the line for that one. And the defense for Cape Breton getting that out of danger, but right back in there.
Rouge et Or getting in close. They have just been all over that penalty area. You have to hearken back to the Capers coach Timmins saying we need more goals, and we're seeing this now, how it's shaped, where there were the opportunities for Cape Breton to get going. Oh, and we have a ball in traffic. Out it goes the other way. That does happen at Ron Joyce Stadium.
Hopefully somebody walks by and throws that back in the pitch.
Hopefully it didn't scare the drivers going by. Have a good chuckle.
Looking like the last 5 minutes of the half. This is a dangerous 5 minutes. Anything could happen. They're getting a little tired. They just played 40 minutes, so this is where we could expect a goal.
And Gabrielle Pouliot has not been tested nearly as much as Lancaster. Lancaster had 53 saves on the season. Throw in here. And once again, solid defense and great positioning by the Rouge et Or. Oh, and that one bounced right off. DeCipio gets back to work, though. Pair of 24s out there. It's a 1v1 with Victoria Dupont. A great burst of energy and speed here. On the 43rd minute. In speeds Cassie McKinty. Hannaford tries to strike, gets it back. And it rolls through, easy to read for Pouliot. But one of the best sort of build-up efforts there by the Capers.
A lot of opportunities for them, but they're just not getting enough power on the shots. They end up just trickling into the Laval goalkeeper, and she hasn't really been tested yet.
Could that be nerves, Allie, or is that just potentially, you know, the sort of skill development that some of these players can still work on it and keep building on?
Honestly, it might be a little nerves, but also the balls coming in, there's a lot of people closing down quickly from Laval, so you just don't get enough of your foot on the ball, not getting enough power. The ones coming in higher, a little harder to kind of aim for the right spot if it's coming in from a volley or the ball's bouncing. So a couple different factors.
Yeah, the timing of it all. And from this distance, it feels like there might be more time, but when you can feel the pressure and see the people closing in on you, it's very different. Amélie Grandin, second year for Laval. Defending well.
Two great blocks from Alibi there to keep the ball in the Laval end.
The grandstand at Ron Joy Stadium in Hamilton is full of young spectators, school kids, filling this beautiful November day. I remember trips like this, getting to go watch some great athletes when I was in school. It was always special. And it means a lot to the players, too, when they came out in the field earlier, just before the match started. You know, they're waving and they're getting this great applause and welcome into the stadium.
It's great when the players interact with them, too. They get to feel like they're part of the team because the players are all famous to them. They're like, oh, my gosh, this is a big soccer game. So the players were interacting with them. Some ran along the side, high-fiving them. I saw some were doing some TikTok dances with them and
oh, wow.
little trends from the sideline.
All right, so we have the fourth official letting us know at least 1 minute, just 1 minute of added time. So could this be the difference? There is actually an error on the game clock, so that's going to be handled quickly here. So here goes at least a minute of added time here in the first half. Still no goal, 0-0 between Laval, the number 5 seed, and Cape Breton, the number 4 seed. The closest seeded contest of this quarterfinal Thursday. Right after this is 8-1, and Lancaster able to just pull the ball in close, roll it out. Keep our team safe once more. Oh, that header. Able to avoid danger. I really wish we had kept a header count there, Allie. I feel like we've got to be in the 30s, 40s now.
Have to be at least. Might get 30 or 40 from one team alone.
And that'll do for the first 45. As mentioned, there wasn't really much added time given that there was great flow, great movement, wonderful pacing throughout. Still 0-0. Allie, first match of the tournament. What do you think so far?
There's some great soccer being played. You know, they both have lots of chances in the box. The chances for Laval, Cape Breton seems to keep them further away from the net, so they're kind of taking longer shots. Cape Breton managing to get a little closer, but not getting enough on the ball. So it could go either way at this time. Who knows what the second half has?
Well, both teams have got to feel good about their effort, but also know the job is far from done. They've had their chances. Laval certainly with more shots on target and plenty more time as well in and around Ellie Lancaster, the goalkeeper for Cape Breton. Both these teams battling to return to the medal bracket. One of them won't. It'll be a difference from last year's championship where they're both able to punch through to the semifinal round. After the break, it's the Youth Sports Halftime Report. I'm Daniela Ponticelli with Allie Rowe. Stay with us.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe no matter where you're from, you've got this.
Unbelievable! History has repeated itself! Get the stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks. Just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
Ron Joyce Stadium, McMaster University in Hamilton. Daniela Ponticelli alongside Ali Rowe. We're halfway through the first quarterfinal match on what I call quarterfinal Thursday. 4 big matches. And right now it's 0-0 between Laval and Cape Breton. A little bit as expected, Ali, when it comes to how close these teams are. Now, the seeding at times may seem like, oh gosh, there's big gulfs and valleys, but you're looking at the top 8 teams in the country. So yes, this is the most closely seeded contest of the day, but we could see some very close matches throughout as well. Up next, by the way, is the number 1 seed UBC Thunderbirds taking on the number 8 seed Guelph University Griffins. We'll talk about that later. But when we come back, still 0-0, and we'll have more from the halftime.
Je m'appelle Anne-Gabrielle Pouliette, je suis gardienne de but pour le Rouge et Or. J'ai commencé ma carrière assez jeune aussi. Par contre, j'étais joueuse avant, là, puis ça fait quelques années seulement que je suis devenue gardienne. Ça doit faire 10 ans peut-être. Donc, la moitié de ma carrière, j'ai été joueuse, puis là, je suis devenue gardienne de but par la suite. Je crois que j'aime l'importance quand même du rôle, puis le soutien, je pense qu'on peut avoir à l'équipe. On a comme le derrière un peu de l'équipe, donc j'aime bien ça. Le plus grand défi, je crois, c'est on n'a pas le droit à l'erreur. Dès qu'on a une erreur, je pense que ça peut paraître plus que... On a moins de marge de manœuvre, là, je pense, que les joueurs, donc ça peut être difficile à ce niveau-là. On a comme... C'est vrai que c'est difficile des fois de overstep un peu l'action qui vient d'arriver. On n'a comme pas le choix d'avoir une petite mémoire à court terme, là, de passer à l'autre action suivante, que si ça nous suit, ça peut peut-être juste nous mener à d'autres erreurs là, par la suite, puis c'est ce qu'on veut éviter d'emblée dans les matchs. Je suis vraiment choyée, je pense, de faire partie du Rouge et Or. Le plus haut niveau là, on peut avoir là, en fait, à Québec, dans les universités, donc c'est vraiment... Je suis vraiment reconnaissante de faire partie de l'équipe. Ce que j'ai appris de mes coéquipières, je dirais que le travail, je pense que oui, on parle d'un sport d'équipe, mais c'est vraiment important d'avoir l'ambiance d'équipe, puis le travail fort, de travailler fort aussi, tous ensemble, pas individuellement, oui, mais pour les autres aussi, ça peut vraiment nous aider. Moi, mon programme, j'étudie en kinésiologie. Puis je suis en 2e année présente. Quand même, j'essaie de... Souvent, quand on fait des échauffements, quand on fait des entraînements ou des entraînements hors terrain, c'est quand même j'essaie quand même de le relier quand même avec mon milieu d'études. Je pense que je me sens vraiment bien, comme on a eu beaucoup de matchs, on a eu beaucoup de préparation. Je pense que mentalement, toute l'équipe est là. Je pense qu'on va faire de notre mieux pour essayer de remporter enfin peut-être les championnats canadiens. Donc, on est sur une bonne lancée.
What a great 2 minutes with Laval University's Anne-Gabrielle Pouliot, who we've seen in action, although not tested as much as Ellie Lancaster of Cape Breton through the first half. Still 0-0 between Rouge et Or and the Capers. This is the first match. And what a crowd, what a crowd. Wonderful to see the young students here in Hamilton come out, support the U Sports Women's Soccer Championship. I wonder if they know, Ali, the last time Hamilton hosted this tournament was 1992, the only time they've ever hosted. None of these kids were born. I don't even know if you were born, Ali.
I was not.
So that's the point. It's been so long, and it's so great to see the support. Now, you can also see a little bit of the sky, dark clouds coming in, still, though, around 5 degrees Celsius with a light wind. Look at those smiles. And I love it too. They've got the signs. So that must be the Caper side, because right below the broadcast booth, it has been nothing but Laval chants. So both teams well represented here. Hopefully the kids hang out for the next match as well. If not, they have been such a treat to have early here on this Thursday. Not too early though. It's heading into the noon hour in the Eastern time zone. Wherever you're joining us from, thanks for being here. Such a pleasure to be calling this. I'm Daniela Ponticelli. I mentioned Ali Rowe, a decorated U Sports player. We'll talk more about your accolades. You came up through the Cape Breton program, so just a nice treat that you get to, this is the first match, but you're in on every single match of the tournament with me. It's going to be a fun journey, and you have to love it because it goes by so quickly. We're here the first match, and then all of a sudden, it's done. When we come back, though, Ali and I will discuss some more. Still 0-0. And the second half is around the corner.
Le sport en direct sur icitout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles. Des athlètes de grand talent. Des sports de haut niveau. Tout ça sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est simple et gratuit sur icitout.tv.
Delaney, territoire du Nord-Ouest. Le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine, parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Elle revient toujours. Impossible de t'en débarrasser. Nicotine. Si elle entre dans ta vie, elle ne te lâche plus. Même consommée occasionnellement, la nicotine peut provoquer une dépendance.
A wonderful scene at Ron Joyce Stadium in Hamilton. So many young students in to cheer on the first match of the day. We're at halftime, 0-0 between Cape Breton and Laval University. And Ali, what are your thoughts so far? I mean, we're going to be heading into a second half shortly where both teams need a goal to get this done.
Second half is honestly more exciting than the first. They come in from the halftime chats. You don't know what's going on, but the coaches are usually saying something in there to hype them up, get them ready. So coming back from this first half into the second half, I think there's going to be a lot more intensity, a little more urgency to score, and hopefully some goals.
And now we'll have a look at Cape Breton Capers' Ellie McDougall.
Hi everyone, my name is Elle McDougall. I'm a third-year winger for the Cape Breton Capers.
Oh.
I started playing soccer when I was 4 years old at a club. Northside Storm was the name of it. It was a minis program. Just fell in love with it. I think my parents just wanted me to play sports growing up, so they kind of put me in everything. I was in lots of sports at a younger age, and
soccer was just the one that I ended up choosing. As a winger, you know, my first thought is always to get forward, drive down the line, take a defender on, try and get across into the box. So I'm typically a pretty forward player, and then sometimes have to be conservative, obviously, but yeah, I like to attack. I would say first year, my confidence, it's hard coming into, you know, a university sport. There's lots of wonderful players. Everybody on our team at one point was an MVP of their team, so coming in and just growing that confidence, you know, believing in myself, believing that I can play at this level was probably my biggest challenge. And this season especially, I feel like I've overcome that and my confidence has grown a lot. Team culture has been amazing, honestly. This year we came in, we lost a few big players. So we knew it was going to be a different season, and maybe it didn't necessarily go how we expected, but every day everyone's giving it their all, everyone's training as hard as they can, everyone's dedicated, and we all have one collective goal, and that's to come here and show what we got at nationals. So time management is probably the biggest one. You know, like if you have time, you should probably be doing something with it, whether it's soccer or whether it's school, but also you need to know when to take a break because you don't want to burn out. I feel like this year especially, like I've definitely become more of a leader, like and helping, you know, those rookies who maybe they're not happy with their minutes, or just helping people if they have schoolwork to do, or helping, like, you want to go out and kick a ball around, you need some help on finishing, like just being there to support teammates and support everyone is I feel like my role on the team, just support everyone, lift up everybody, and yeah.
That's the wonderful Elle McDougall, hailing from Georges River, Nova Scotia. She plays with the Cape Breton Capers, who right now are in a 0-0 draw with Laval through the first half. The second half is just coming up from Ron Joyce Stadium in Hamilton. Don't go anywhere.
Where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated, Ontario University Athletics.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Oh, it feels like it's getting colder, but it's 7 degrees.
It's definitely colder.
It's slightly windier.
There's
Welcome back. The second half about to get underway this quarterfinal between the number 4 seed Cape Breton Capers and the number 5 seed Laval University Rouge or both teams looking for the first goal of the tournament, potentially the difference maker here, as neither side has been able to capitalize. Great young fans in the stands cheering on this team. And there's the championship seeding along with the records and the playoff series as well. You see right in the middle, Cape Breton Capers in orange. They are wearing black on the field today, 7-2-3 on the season. And the Rouge et Or right in there, number 5 seeds as the RSEQ finalists. Also 2024 U Sports Women's Soccer Championship silver medalists, falling to UBC last year. Now, one of these two teams will get to carry on in the medal bracket, and one of these two teams will fall into the consolation round. They will take on, respectively, the winner will face the winner of the next match between UBC and Guelph. That's tomorrow's semifinal. We'll talk more on that as we get going. The Capers now for the second half in the black kit. They will be playing from right to left here in the second half, while Laval will move from left to right. If you joined us during halftime, Anne-Gabrielle Pouliot shared a little bit of her journey, 10 years as a goalkeeper. Has been outstanding for this team. I'm Daniela Ponicelli alongside Ali Rowe. A decorated AUS player, also plays for League One in Ontario. That's what you've been up to this past year?
Yes, playing League One. Got to make sure you still get the reps in. You know, League One's high quality league, and a lot of the U Sport players actually play in League One all around.
It's a great league, and so many, as you said, so many U Sports talents. And of course, there's a number of players playing in this year's tournament with eyes on the Northern Super League, of course, having their inaugural season, Canada's professional women's soccer league. And it was a Cape Breton player as well who's had some great inroads. We'll talk about her later on, but right now, Cape Breton looking to get in. Now, they got going early, Ali, when it came to some threatening looks and trying to make something go offensively, and then it was a lot of defense towards the latter end of the first half.
Yeah, they did start off. They started off with a bang, putting a lot of pressure from the beginning, and as the half kind of went on, died down a little bit, but it looks like they're going for the same starting strategy as last time, putting a lot of high pressure and getting that ball up towards the Laval net.
Amélie Grandin has done a lot of work for Laval through the first half. Number 9, she was in through the midfield there to get going. Lexi Poirier as well had some good looks. She skied one earlier, but it was headed in the right direction. Now another chance, looking for a cutback there to bring it in. And there's some great build-up so far from the Rouge et Or.
That could have been a very dangerous ball sent into the middle of the box. Clark tried to clear it, but mishit it. Luckily, Lancaster got hands on that quickly, so no opportunity for Laval.
Well, and back in here in the second half is Tara Isama. She came off early in the first half after being tackled down twice. Cape Breton, the only team that had some substitutions, a couple of them in the first half. Laval, all their starters are still in it.
Could be a strategy the coach are getting in, get some fresh legs, keeping Laval on their toes, Cape Breton making more subs. Laval could be getting tired, or they could just be playing their heart out there.
Well, we spoke with some Rouge et Or players yesterday, and they said, you know, they're aware of the physicality from the Capers side, and that's certainly been matched well here.
I would say both teams very physical, nothing concerning or anything, nothing dangerous.
Oh, Grace Hannaford nearly had a clear path. She goes down.
Could have potentially been a foul there, you know, hands on the back. She was coming from behind.
Maybe a question as to why that wasn't, but they'll play on. One of the best looks there for Hannaford. It's right down the middle. Now, earlier in this match, it was sunny skies, and while it looks a little drearier, the temperature's actually risen 2 degrees, 7 degrees right now, Celsius, mostly cloudy. Wind, fairly light, 11 kilometers per hour.
Let me tell you, Danielle, it does not feel like it's gotten any warmer.
I know. It actually feels cooler. I do believe that that's the lack of sun. The sun certainly made things feel a little bit warmer. The players, though, are fully engaged, and it's always different, right, Allie, when you're out on that pitch and you're going with a full head of steam, as these players have been, both sides looking to score the first for their team of the tournament, but also would be the opening goal of the 2025 U Sports Women's Soccer Championship.
Great ball movement from Cape Breton down the middle. Hannaford tries to slip it, just not enough power on it.
She goes from distance anyhow to try to put it on target. Yeah, she had Audrey Roy with her, rather, and that would have been nifty too, a little deceptive even.
I think that's where her original look was going to, but the Laval defender managed to get a touch on that, and it came right back to her, fortunately.
Well, the Rouge-Or look to work out of their own half. Allie, what would you have made, or said rather, as an adjustment to potentially either side in the locker room?
For Cape Breton, I think they just need to get more people up to support their attacking too, and more people in the box, because both teams are getting the opportunities. We're just not finishing it. And Laval just needs to get that shot off on the net and place it. You have to place the ball, because both these goalies are good. They're not going to let in any light tap-ins. You're going to have to place it, and it's going to have to be a good ball.
You can just feel it building up, just that tension of who will score the first goal and how it will happen. Plenty of exciting soccer happening in the U Sports world, the men's and women's championship. 2025 U Sports men's soccer will happen next week at Varsity Stadium in Toronto, so very close by. You can catch exclusive coverage November 6th through 9th on CBC Gem, cbcsports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. That's actually this week. I do believe that there's been so many championships, lots of excitement in the U Sports world. Grace Hannaford, who's had some looks.
See Laval's getting a little handy, seeing a couple people grabbing at the arms, grabbing at the jerseys. Something to look out for, because towards the end of the game, those calls will matter in the offensive third.
Right now, back to the midfield. You talked about the ball movement, Allie. It has been really crisp and clean. You're seeing the culmination of hard work throughout the season. Mathilde Rousseau, who spoke with us yesterday, she's in her 5th and final year, and she'd love to close it out, fighting for a medal. But now the Capers, what an opportunity, running it in, and it's a goal! Audrey Roy gets it done for the Capers, first goal of the tournament, and Cape Breton leads 1-0.
That's where that ball movement comes in. Like I said earlier, those slips in behind get very dangerous, and Cape Breton took advantage of that. That was a great build-up from Cape Breton. They saw the pass, they saw Hua on the run. Center, great first touch from Hua, and great placement. The placement is what's important. When you're coming that close to the net, the goalie's coming out at you. As they come closer, they're really closing it down. So you have to get that placement right.
It's what Cape Breton, it feels, had been trying to do in the first. They had some opportunities with Grace Hannaford, and here she is once again drawing Laval players her way. And you could speak to that as well, the fact that obviously eyes are going to be on Hannaford, and that allows potentially some other players to step up, be the heroes, be the difference makers.
That is one thing about all the awards coming out before the tournament. You have people looking at those award winners, so then the other players can just sneak in and be the hero.
What a play by the second-year Wa from Petit Rocher, Nova Scotia. She was the 2025 AUS champ, MVP for a reason. She had 3 assists in the championship. And she's got some impressive pedigree as well. Played a year in Spain, and she had 4 points this season, 2 goals, 2 assists. So a key player here for the Capers. Now Laval having to chase. Will this be potentially the added motivation for them to find the back of the net? You have to think, right? I'm sure you found yourself in the same way, Allie, where you're down a goal, but there's still plenty of time, but you also know that time is winding down. So how do you navigate this?
Time is an illusion when you're out there, honestly. But it's for Laval, it's good that it's in the beginning. They have a lot of time to come back. They just have to stay cool, calm, and collected, and they could potentially get another goal to come right back into this game. They're not out. Don't count them out yet. The game is not over. There's still lots of time left.
They want to get right back in the chase. Won silver last year at this very tournament, the Rouge et Or. Oh, but it feels like Cape Breton is feeling it. Tara Isama working through the center. Now on the far side, DeCipio. She just runs through a player. It's been a great 1v1 there with DeCipio and Dupont. Pair of 24s on the field.
Great touch from DeCipio also. Asama not ideally sending her the greatest ball. It was bouncing, it was hard, but she managed to get a touch on that and bring it down, get them a little further up the field. Oh, great dummy there. Don't know if number 9, Emily Grandins, was expecting that, but it worked in her favor.
Well, it's an opportunity for both these sides to just settle back down and keep on threatening. That's what Laval has done. Grandin has been stellar so far. She's been able to get some crisp passes off when they haven't been blocked.
Little bit of a lack of communication there between Clark and Albright at the back on who's going to clear the ball out. So the ball goes out for a corner, another corner for Laval on this same side for them. They really love this side.
Yes, they do. Yeah, so this would be, I'm trying to keep track of count. I believe by the end of the first half there were about a total of 5. 3 of them were on this way, and then now we're headed to another set piece into deliver, and it hits the side of the hardware, of the woodwork rather. Florence Thibault.
Left footer. She was looking for that in swing.
The 60th Vanier Cup incoming in a couple weeks. Mosaic Stadium in Regina. usportstickets.ca to get yours. I'll be watching. You can't miss Vanier Cup action. Big football championship. Right now, a different kind of football. Soccer, as it's known in this country.
Gotta watch where you say soccer. Went to England once, said soccer, I got yelled at by at least 3 people.
Watch out, I know. Once again, the ball movement coming in clutch here. Paige Allaby puts it up ahead. Oh my goodness, that's number 23 once again, Audrey Roy, who scored the first goal of the tournament. Right now the lone goal so far in this 1-0 lead for the Capers. And almost doing it in the same fashion, able to get ahead of any Laval players.
Cape Breton really taking advantage of the speed Roy has up top, slipping her in behind, because if she has her placement right, she gets that step on the 2 Laval center backs. I don't know if they're able to catch her with that speed.
It was really fun for the young spectators that we have. 1,500 school students here. I say early, but 11 a.m., not too early. The games are played throughout quarterfinal Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern start for this match, and the next one incoming at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. We hope you'll stay with us throughout the day. UBC Thunderbirds taking on the number 8 seed Guelph Griffins, and they will play the winner of this match right now. It's the Capers in the lead. Nearly 10 minutes into this, or check that, in the 60th minute right now, and a Laval player goes down. Officials having a word.
U-Sports on CBC, presented by l'U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Veriburn Medical Supply, Les Bag Baron Rings, et par and by BioSteel.
Welcome back to the 2025 U-Sports Women's Soccer Championship, hosted by McMaster University in Hamilton. Right now, the Capers, Cape Breton, and Laval are meeting in this first quarterfinal. Cape Breton with a 1-0 lead, but right now a Rouge et Or player, she's down in just off to the side of the Rouge et Or half. They are calling for a trainer to come out, being assessed, so the other players are headed to the bench right now. I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Allie Rowe. And Allie, I feel like this is a good time where I get to talk a little bit more about you. Talked about your 77 very impressive goals in your career, the AUS all-time scorer in soccer, period. Not just women's, not men, but all of it. You're also named the U-Sports Women's Soccer Player of the Year last year. What was that like? I mean, to get that award, to earn it, and know that it's all your hard work that made it possible.
It's a little surreal because there's so many teams out there. So to compete and be even nominated is an achievement within itself, but to actually win it, it's really awesome to see that all the hard work I put in really did work, and I did manage to come out with that award. So that was really cool.
And it's such an honor to be here with you today. I know putting anybody on the spot to talk about themselves is not easy. You handled that very well. And this is not a scene that Laval fans want to see. I believe that is Amélie Grandy, who we've talked about a number of times already through this match. She has just been everywhere she's needed to be, a listed midfielder, and she is being helped off. So not the scene that Laval, the team, nor obviously fans want to see.
No, and she has been really putting in the work this half. They've been sending her down the line. She's had quite a few runs and quite a few balls and creating goal opportunities for them.
Of course, the injury did happen right before a corner was to be assessed. So in to deliver here is Geneviève Girard. That is corner number 6, I believe, for the Rouge et Or. Of course, none have been able to really threaten. I believe there was 1 or 2 that Ellie Lancaster was actually able to sort of touch, but otherwise it's been cleared out quick by the Capers.
A lot of people on that corner. Nobody wanted that header, that one. Everybody was turning away on that corner. I think it hit either a Laval player or both a Laval and Cape Breton players back when they spun to turn.
Lancaster in control. Great presence on the pitch there from Fall River, Nova Scotia. This Laval team scored 20 goals over the regular campaign. They're looking for one here to tie it. Trying to create something is Léjean Fortier.
It's a good look. Ideally, you want to get that ball in the middle. The angle she was at, not ideal for scoring. You want to get that ball in the middle, and hopefully somebody gets a touch off towards the net and it hits somebody and ricochets in for a goal for your team.
Well, I mentioned 20 goals for the team this regular season. Well, Fortier, the leading scorer, scored 7 of those, added 2 assists as well. She had the most shots with 25 and the most shots on target at 23. So she is very good when it comes to her ability to take the shot and make it count, be efficient.
23 out of 25. Those are some very impressive stats.
Very impressive. Sarah Baker. There will be a throw in now. And you can feel the pace has changed slightly. We're in the 65th minute here. Cape Breton able to get the lead 1-0 earlier in the second half. Scored by Audrey Roy. She's studying science and scoring goals. It's that simple.
It's just another day in the life of an athlete.
Another day in the office, right? Laval's had some great looks and chances, especially in that first half. We'll see how they can rally back here. Alexis Poirier taking it out of the far touchline. I mentioned the winner of this match will play the winner of the next quarterfinal between UBC, the number 1 seed, and number 8 seed, Guelph. Grace Hannaford looking to play it over.
Could have been a dangerous touch for the Laval defense. Could have almost scored on their own net.
Yeah, that was Hannaford looking to connect with Alibi. Just a little too much distance and solid defense by the Rougeois. Well, the winner of this team will play that next winner, and they'll do so at 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow in the first semifinal. So a little bit extra rest. Otherwise, the defeated team here will be right back, same time, same place, for a consolation semifinal, facing the defeated team of our next matchup. Try to keep everybody on the same page when it comes to the bracket. The first 2 days are the busiest, and it all moves quickly. Fortier once again.
I would have to disagree with that call. That was definitely dribbled out by the Laval player. Hannaford a little surprised that the ref called it that way, but...
And if that sets them up, because it was a quick throw and it feels like a good time for momentum swing here for Laval. As they set up. Dupont, she's been solid, working those 1v1s, but DeCipio, same thing, return to sender.
Great opportunity for Laval. Got real close to the net. Might have took a little too long to get that shot off, but came right back out to them.
So Fortier is obviously who they're now looking to get the ball to. We talked about her impressive shot stats over the regular season. She only had 1 shot in the single postseason match they played, the RSEQ final. And of course, that was a tough one. By the way, the crowd here, I can't say enough of it. I'm sure Lancaster, with a good kick, is feeding off of that too. But Fortier also has 3 game winners, so she also has been able to score when needed at the right time. So they'll be looking for number 10 in white. Down goes Geneviève Girard.
Throwing her hands up looking for a penalty. There just wasn't enough on that. Cape Breton player got all ball.
A lofty ball settles back down. Hannaford looking to slip through. Out comes Pouliot. Thought for a moment perhaps she might be caught a little too far out.
Kinty very close on that one. Unfortunately, just 1 step offside. Our officials are on the ball with those offside calls, watching just this foot, and it's enough for them.
We talk about how much soccer is in store for all the athletes, but the same goes for the officials. We want to thank everyone involved with this tournament. This is game 1, day 1. Approaching the 70th minute here. Alabi puts it up, settle back down to Scipio, trying to clear it out.
Laval doing a very good job to get that ball in the box. They just don't have anybody on the other end.
The Rouge et Or stay in the attacking third here. Just dancing around the edge of the box, back in the penalty area, and Lancaster will dive all over it.
Saw Baker push her out there, making sure she's not getting too close to her keeper, protecting her back there. Love to see that from the back line.
A 1-goal lead for Cape Breton, and the sun is right back out here in Hamilton. And just like that, Allie, it does feel warmer all of a sudden.
I don't know.
In from distance, though, looking to head it is Hannaford. Oh my goodness, just how quickly that developed.
The headers all over the field. I'm sure there's going to be a goal scored off a header today.
Do you know how many, or roughly how many header goals you scored? Is that, or what was your specialty when it came down to?
I'd probably say good half, honestly.
Well, that's good. So you also know how to score off the header. A throw in here for the Capers. Headed out. I haven't said that nearly enough to reflect just how many times the ball has been headed in this match by both sides. This has been a great battle, the 1v1s we just saw play out once more. Olivia Albright, now Hannaford putting on some speed. Oh, and it's just wide of the net. It was looking to find that corner.
No touch on that one. Ref says goal kick. It almost looked like it could have just hit the post ever so slightly.
That could have been goal number 2.
Many opportunities for Cape Breton in this half. They're putting in the work to get into that offensive third and make every chance up there an opportunity.
And you can see on the screen actually, and now just right in front of our broadcast booth, a seagull. A couple seagulls are circling. You have to think a little feel from the Maritimes, I bet, for some of the players. Lots of gulls hanging out in Hamilton here.
Hopefully these kids don't have any food out there.
Yeah, they're circling overhead. Now Fortier trying to find a way in. They just need one to tie it. It would almost feel like a whole new game at that point. There was so much tension building toward that first goal. A throw in here from Mathilde Rousseau. Goes right back to number 7.
Very hard for Laval. Cape Breton's defense like to close in, and Laval's really looking to get through that middle area to go for goal. And Cape Breton is closing down quickly on them, not giving them any opportunities.
A goal kick here. Laval wanting to contest that. Again, very few substitutions for the Rouge et Or when it comes to this match, and perhaps trying to find something. It felt as though the Capers adjusted when they brought in, the likes of Cassie McKinty in that first half, just to try to create something different. Another great header. Defense and the midfielders for Cape Breton have been solid, trying to make something happen now. In with speed, here they come. That's Cassie McKinty just talking about trying to be a difference maker off the bench in the first half. Now here in the second. The threat is taken away, and now Fortier drawing the Capers her way. Crowd starting to pick up the energy here. Geneviève Gerard.
Little fumble up on that touch, but recovered by the Laval player.
Dupont. Pass gets through.
Seagull's getting a little too close to the booth for comfort for me personally.
Yes, we're on Seagull watch as well. Never mind what's happening on the field right now, which has been a bit of a concentrated effort for the Rouge et Or in front of the net of Ellie Lancaster. Elsa Lessard gets the ball over to Melody Lavigueur. Dupont sails it on the far side. Trying to work it in, headed out once more. Was placed perfectly there just for the wrong team.
Again, Laval getting all the right balls inside the box, just nobody on the end of it to get it on net.
In the 75th minute, and Cape Breton has a 1-goal lead here in this quarterfinal. The Capers last made a U Sports women's soccer final in 2017. They finished with silver. They battled against Montreal, another RSCQ team, and the Carabins will play as well. All 8 teams do play today, and all 8 teams will play tomorrow. It's just whether you're moved into the medal round or the consolation bracket. But it's not a one-and-done situation when it comes to the opportunity to play with your team, and for many students, it'll be the last time as they graduate. Got chance happening below us, but right now, Lancaster all dialed in there. So the shots from distance, Allie, unable to get by Lancaster.
If you're going to take a shot from distance on Lancaster, it better be a good one. Because these keepers, these are 2 very high-class keepers. The shots from distance better be well-placed, probably top cornered if it's from distance. Maybe bottom, but they're going to have to make it a little more difficult for them.
What was your favorite way to score? If you could choose, if you could draw up the goal that you'd want to score. Although right now, Laval's trying to do the same. Okay, back out, but yes, Allie.
I'm a sucker for a volley.
Okay.
I love a volley.
Oh, I like that.
Something about the ball coming in the air. Get the swing it, redirect it back on target. And it's great for a photo.
That's excellent. You've check. All the things you want. Of course, you'll take any goal that you could get, and the way that Laval has been trying to press in and threaten here, it just hasn't been enough. There hasn't been enough sauce on some of those shots, and sometimes it just comes down to distance.
Arm wide up from Mitchell. Maybe asking for a handball from the ref.
Got a rowdy, potentially restless crowd here, but right now on the field, everything is in focus for Laval. There's still time. They want to tie it, and then they want to get a go-ahead here to make it happen. Cape Breton feeling confident with that 1-goal lead, but knowing that it's not always enough. Some of the scores at these U Sports Women's Soccer Championships can rack up pretty quickly.
Yeah, 1-goal lead isn't necessarily the greatest lead. It's a little bit of a safety net, but not ideal.
And just like that, Laval ties it up. We talked about it. 1 goal might not be enough to carry you through, and my goodness, the Rouge et Or come through.
Great finish from the Rouge et Or. Honestly, as I was saying, they just needed that one person inside the box to get a touch on it, to get it towards that net. And that's what they did.
And the restless crowd now completely dialed right back in. These are youngsters. They want to see goals scored. They want to celebrate it. Geneviève Girard playing a part in that goal. And you had to think, so many chances it felt, and that one delivered beautifully. Now Fortier, how fun would that be for number 10 to rack it up, get that go-ahead?
Definitely going to change the look of the game. Laval coming off that goal. They're going to have a little more oomph, a little more intensity coming from them now.
Now Cape Breton, it feels like they've had a little bit of injection of motivation here, knowing they've got to get right back to their scoring ways. Hannaford goes all the way across. What a sliding tackle.
Goal in the final 12 minutes of the game. It's the end of both halves where you'll see a lot of those game changer goals. Cape Breton looking to get that back, get back into the lead. Great touch from the Laval striker, Melody Lavigueur.
Victoria Dupont puts it up, and Fortier, my goodness, that was the header it felt. Instead, it hit the field goal posts, propped up right above the net.
Again, we said already these headers, there's a bunch of them this game, and it's looking like it's one of the game changers. Laval's looking to get another header on net. They had an opportunity, unlucky. But the defense from the Capers need to come back and make sure they head those balls out, not giving them the opportunity. Because as we've seen, they can finish on that header.
Now the Rouge et Or looking to take it away. And number 18, Mathilde Baudry, we talked about her off the top of this match as being a potential difference maker, and she absolutely was here, getting that equalizer for the Rouge et Or.
Card given to number 24 on Laval. Wonder what that one was for.
Our first booking of the championship. Roy, who opened scoring here.
Great turn from Roy, just wasn't fast enough to keep that ball in with the pressure from the Laval defender pushing her outside.
Laval, Fortier, she was unable to get it done the last time she was here. Now just unable to get it. What a block by Cape Breton. Haley Clark coming in through. A throw in here. They want to close this out. Not looking for any extra time. That one even gets a little bit of the post.
That one was definitely offside, but even if it wasn't, Lancaster had a touch on that and was preventing that from going in the goal.
Now, one thing to note is the sun is absolutely in the eyes of Ellie Lancaster right now. Not taking anything away from Baudry's goal, just reflecting the conditions currently in Hamilton, Ontario.
Alabi stripped of the ball. Might have been doing a little too much.
Another great battle playing out here. Liberty Uke looking to feed it up to Grace Hannaford, and Liberty Uke, by the way, did not have a chance to play any matches through the regular season due to injury, so to be dressed today and playing in this game could be a key player for Cape Breton. So it was 1-0 for the Capers early in the second half, then tied up beautifully by Baudry for Laval.
Great poke from Alabi.
In the 85th minute, I feel like that tension's creeping right back in, Allie.
It's the game. This is what's going to happen. All these games are going to be very close. Again, these are the best of the country, so everybody wants it. Nobody's going to give it up easily. And these last 5.5 minutes are going to count.
And this is the game, the match, that they'll have the most preparation for in terms of days of thinking about how we're going to get through the quarterfinal, how we're going to set ourselves up to get on the path for a medal. Of course, the winner of any of the 4 matches today, the winners, will get to play for a medal. Defeated teams will go on to the consolation bracket. In it comes a chance here. The Capers looking to regain that lead. Of course, important to note that the touchline is the yellow line.
A lot of times people say the finals are most stressful, but with a tournament like this, when this first game decides everything, whether you're fighting for a medal or a consolation, this one is arguably the most important match of the weekend.
Great insight and a great reminder. Absolutely. You're also feeling that excitement. There's some rookies playing, including Baudry, who has the ball once more. She was second in scoring for Laval this season, a nursing student. To come out here and get her first U Sports Championship goal, something special. Anaï Bougeau-Samson, number 26 for Laval, has had a few touches so far here in the second half. If you're just joining us, the match tied at 1-1 in the second half. Both goals scored in this half of soccer.
Really, this game is going to come down to which team wants it more, which one's going to fight till the very last second of this match to put another goal on the board.
It was noted that coming into this match, both these teams played in last year's quarterfinals, not against each other because they both advanced through to the medal rounds. However, both needed to advance on penalties. You have to think they want a better path this time. It's still alive. A chance right in front. Lancaster went down. She popped right back up. But my goodness, what an opportunity for Laval.
What a mess in the box. Bodies were dropping. Feet were flying. Everybody was trying to clear it out. Laval going for the goal. Capers trying to get that out. That could have been a dangerous, dangerous situation for the Capers and a very lucky break for Laval.
Lancaster now trying to get the team right back on the same page. The shots and shots on goal have favored the Rouge et Or. A team that has so many chances on the set pieces, and it wasn't a set piece that got it done for them.
At the end of a game like this, when there's only a few minutes left, the goals doesn't need to look pretty anymore. You can take anything you could get, a poke in, own goal, trickle in, anything.
You just want to get it done. And you want to have the certainty of being able to finish this. Ali Rowe, you mentioned that dragging it out on the first day is extra tough because you're playing potentially 2 more matches after this.
It's really not ideal to have this go into overtime if you're playing the next day for both teams. It's not something you really want. It takes a toll on the body playing. Some players who are playing 90 minutes and another 30 minutes on top of that.
Grace Hannaford looking for Waugh once more. Bowser throws it in. Hannaford. Great positioning by Girard for that 1v1. Been a couple different players on Hannaford this match.
You could see players kind of slowing down, getting towards the end of the game. Players are getting tired, legs are feeling heavy.
Absolutely. That was Anaï Bougeot-Sampson who was bringing the ball into the Capers half. So they've had so many chances on the corners, up to about 7 or 8 this match. Been unable to capitalize. Could this now be the difference? Geneviève Girard to deliver. It's up. And it's headed in the other direction. Still in control, though. Rousseau. Laval keeps it in the attacking third. That one well wide of the net.
Still Laval getting a lot of corner opportunities this game.
And now we'll await to find out what's in store for added time here in the second half. As said, time is difficult. That one Lancaster decided not going to let that go anywhere. Melody Lavigueur was on it for Laval. It's a whole other battle of intensity now picking up as we're in the last few minutes of added time. Fortier. Looking for Baudry. Those two have been solid so far in this first match. The ball goes out into a very active and engaged crowd.
Really hope those children are paying attention so nobody gets hit with a ball.
And right now they're being treated to an absolute stellar game. It's been back and forth. Cape Breton with the first goal scored by Audrey Roy in the second half, and then the equalizer by Mathilde Baudry of Laval. Lancaster settles that down once more. Rolls it out. Paige Allaby gets it to center for Hannaford. Shows off her fancy footwork, but some solid defense by Girard. Girard just tracked her all the way through.
It's one thing you got to do on defense. You cannot give up. You can't let that ball go. Whatever you do, keep tracking till the end and give your other players time to come back and really come support you from the behind.
A throw in from the far touchline. The 2 goals in this game, very difficult, took lots of time. It felt to get to that moment, although it all happened so quickly from there. Cape Breton with a throw in.
Looks like they might be going for a long throw, get that ball in the box, get a
Leah
chance on that.
Yeah, Leah DeCipio had Raw inside the box. It's hoping to keep it there. Now it's brought back out. Here they come with some numbers, although drawing the Capers with them. Bujo Sampson feeds it through. A chance here for Fortier. They score! What a goal for Laval!
Again, great ball movement from Laval all the way up the pitch to manage to get a shot off inside the box. You can see a little bit of pushing going on between both teams in the middle of the pitch while they're trying to get the ball up to half.
Léa-Jeanne Fortier, leading scorer for the Rouge et Or throughout this campaign, adds another to her tally, and it couldn't have been more timely in added time of the second half of this quarterfinal to grab hold of the lead over Cape Breton. And with the dying moments of this game now in the balance, that could be the difference maker. Fortier coming in with 3 game winners on the regular season, as it is most for Laval. In fact, that's half of their wins this season.
Very good from Fortier to stay cool, calm, and collected under pressure to get that goal. You know, at extra time in the game, you're the last person on the ball. You have to, you're the only person left who can score in the last few minutes. All the pressure is on you, and for her to come out with that goal, it's great to see that the pressure hasn't affected her.
That's full time, and the Laval Rouge et Or will advance to the first semifinal of the 2025 U Sports Women's Soccer Championship, a game in which the first half, no goals. Then Cape Breton gets on board, scores the opening goal of the tournament off the leg of Audrey Roy. But in return, the Rouge et Or respond. Mathilde Baudry gets the equalizer, and then Léa-Jeanne Fortier with the game winner. What a moment in the dying seconds of this match.
See Laval celebrating on the field, excited to get to that next game, be competing for a medal.
And by the way, it's a semifinal that they were the team looking to have to upset the number 4 seed. This was the closest seeded, but if you're looking at that, it is an upset in that Laval, number 5 seed, the RSEQ finalist, taking down the AUS champion, Cape Breton Capers.
Very close game for most of the part. A lot of ball movement from both sides. Great to see. It's hard when it gets to the end of the game.
And you're seeing Lancaster, Ellie Lancaster, the goalkeeper in pink for the Capers, who, Allie, she was so tested. This is your former team. I mean, what could you say about the grit and the heart that they showed here in this quarterfinal?
Honestly, great work ethic from everybody. You can tell they really wanted it. Sometimes the chips just don't fall where you want them to, but they put in the work. Even on that last shot, you saw Lancaster got a touch on that, which is remarkable from that close distance to even manage to get a touch on that ball and almost save it. But everybody worked hard in this game. It was a great game to watch from both sides. And it'll be interesting to see them in the upcoming games tomorrow.
They will not be able to push through to the medals, but for Laval, this could be very interesting. The winner of the next match, oh, they're just loving it. Rallying the crowd, Geneviève Girard, who was such an important part, especially of the second half when the Rouge et Or really took off. This energy is just unmatched here in Hamilton. They're saying 6-7.
They're all bringing back the 6-7, doing it with all the kids in the crowd, and they're loving it. They're eating this up.
So what this does, though, Allie, I just want to say this quickly, is we could potentially see a rematch of last year's final in the semifinal, because the winner of this match, Laval Rouge et Or, 2-1 final here, will take on the winner of either the number 8 seed Guelph or the number 1 UBC Thunderbirds. And that would be a repeat of last year's final. But still, overall, live from Hamilton, we'll be back with the second quarterfinal just after this.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to Ron Joyce Stadium, where Léa Jean Fortier showing off as the Nike Player of the Game for Laval. But more than that, the game-winning goal scorer for the Rouge et Or in the literal last seconds of a match that was likely headed to overtime, and she got it done. And what an effort by Fortier for Laval, who will move on to the semifinal. They will play in the medal round, while the Cape Breton Capers, they'll regroup and be back on this field same time, same place, 11 a.m.